Here's Tales.
As the 2000s progressed, Sedan carved out a loyal following. Readers appreciated its raw, unpolished nature, which stood in stark contrast to glossy tabloids and carefully managed celebrity PR. It felt like a rare glimpse behind the curtain of Hollywood glamour, showing the darker, grittier side of fame. Every loyal fan, there were skeptics who questioned if the blinds were valid or not. Were they really based on insider information, or was Enty simply spinning wild tales for clicks? Despite the skepticism, Sedan's influence grew, and the site helped usher in a new era of gossip, one that blurred the lines between truth and speculation. It became a cornerstone of the blind item culture that thrives online to this day, inspiring countless imitators like Dumas and shaping how fans engage with celebrity gossip. He started a Facebook group for his fans and would constantly interact with them, especially the females whom he would date and/or marry. But again, we'll get into those details in the next episode. Just as the man behind the site and blinds was facing some major tax liens, the New York Post published the first ever article about him on April 1st, 2012, titled "How Crazy Days and Nights Fooled Hollywood." And no, this was not an April Fool's joke. The early days of Crazy Days and Nights laid the groundwork for what would become a controversial yet undeniable influential platform. As it gained traction, it would also face its share of backlash and scrutiny. But in those first few years, Sedan was a fascinating experiment, an anonymous lawyer, a slew of unsolved blinds, and an audience hungry for Hollywood's secrets. But the article says, over the past 2 weeks, a little-known Hollywood gossip site called Crazy Days and Nights, or Sedan as it's known among his fans, attracted mainstream attention when readers began speculating that a commenter known as him was actually, and him is HIMMM, 4 M's, was actually Robert Downey Jr. The story caught on, spreading to sites such as Gawker, then to cable and entertainment news. If this were true, it would be a first. A member of Hollywood's establishment turning on his own, revealing the subjects of old Hollywood gossip involving an aging matinee idol, a deceased movie star, and a brutal rape, allegedly. Then last week, the anonymous blogger behind Sedan, he says he's a dialed-in entertainment lawyer, and he goes by the handle NT, posted a blind item that purportedly came from a star of The Hunger Games, revealing drug use and bed hopping from day one. "I knew this actor wanted me," it read. "So after a few days of flirting on set, a million miles from our partners, we decided to F. And we effed like crazy, like rabbits." Readers guessed that tidbit could only come from none other than Jennifer Lawrence. And like so much of what lives on Sedan, trying to determine the truth is akin to proving a negative impossible. The article goes on to say, Sedan almost never elicits reactions from stars. As one high-profile publicist puts it, it's the whole "I don't beat my wife" thing. You can't make something worse. In Downey's case, however, his publicist issued an outright denial, and speculation moved along. What most everyone in Hollywood wants to know is just who is behind Crazy Days and Nights, and how can he be stopped? The article continues to say, "People have always asked me, what is it with this guy? The sketchiness around his identity. says one veteran show business reporter. It's interesting how people are scared of him. The blog's author, who is ironically obsessive about his privacy, agreed to speak with the Post on the condition that we not reveal his identity or place of business. Online Auntie writes that he's a beast, 3-time divorced entertainment lawyer who lives in his parents' basement, drinks heavily, and networks with his famous clientele, who feed him his best items. Only some of this, he says, is true. I am not 400 pounds and living in the basement, he says, laughing. He began the blog as a hobby a few years ago, he tells the Post. Gawker Media offered to buy his site. He says that some of his best stuff comes from his celebrities that he's been friendly with. Leonardo DiCaprio, for example, the subject of one of the most recently revealed lines. Auntie also says he was friends with actress Amber Tamblyn when she lived in LA and sent a long poem and a 2007 handwritten FedEx receipt supposedly from Tamblyn as proof. The veteran showbiz reporter believed that the RDJ scandal has led Auntie to ramp up his lines and, by extension, unique hits. That's the only way to make money, she says. But the culture has become so damaging that someone who leaves anonymous comments can drive the story, she says. What kind of world is it that someone can just claim one star raped another? Auntie says that he is not out to defame anyone. I don't reveal things that make people look really bad. Bullshit. He has integrity and experts, the same. In the industry, he says, only 5 people know who I am. So just who is Auntie? He provided the Post with a scan of his bar card, and he is in fact a lawyer registered with the California bar. Yes, that's true. According to public records, he is 43 and lives in Los Angeles. Mind you, again, this article was written a while ago. Article says he does work at an LA-based law firm, but according to them, he's not an entertainment lawyer. They don't even have an entertainment division. Auntie, it turns out, handles wills and probates. Nearly everything Auntie says, in fact, doesn't check out. That package Tamblyn sent him, that receipt dated December 2007, came from an LA-based recording studio called Michael Turner Productions. Sole employee Michael Turner says Tamblyn has never been through there. What does she do? He asks. Gawker Media says founder and CEO Nick Denton never offered to buy CDAN. Oh, and the person most likely to be him, according to Auntie, someone who tells the Post he's shocked to hear. Absolutely not true. He lives in Virginia and has retained land. We'll get into that more in the next episode, too. But wait, there's more. I'm sorry for saying that. Every time I said in the next episode, take a shot, but get home safely. It goes on to say, it all indicates that Hollywood and the media have been punked, duped by a soft-spoken probate lawyer with delusions of grandeur. And he's only getting bolder, accusing aging and dead stars of rape, murder, and schmedophilia. So why hasn't he been sued yet? Our jobs are hard enough with the fracturing caused by the internet, says one LA-based lawyer who represents an Academy Award winner. With an anonymous gossip site, you have to find out who's registered it. Auntie's domain is hidden. And even then, the address could be hopping from one computer to another computer. Given that the news lasts 5 minutes these days, sometimes the devices don't do anything. And if celebrity didn't sue, the onus would be on them. They'd have to prove the information was not only false, but posted with malicious intent, and invite high-profile media coverage that would last longer than the most outrageous online rumor. And so until libel catch up with the web, and he will probably continue to reveal the answers to his scandalous blinds, celebrities and publicists afraid to deny them. Because as one publicist says, if I go on the record to say my client doesn't know him, who knows if he'll get mad and what he'll say next. So that was the first article published about him many years ago, and it just continues to go on. But as I said, there would be many more articles to come after this, more so painting him in a better light and also adding to his level of credibility while also at time calling out his lies. But just wait until we get into those details of who Mr. Him really was.